Ugh. Okay, so I need a light. Light over here. Oh my goodness. Hello and welcome to my new apartment and my new home in Salt Lake City, where all the lighting is kinda effed. But you know, I'm working on it. It's a work in progress. And I'm standing. I'm standing. This is a standing desk. And I really like the standing bed. And I'm rambling. Anyway, why am I here? Well, we are here to talk about games, aren't we? Yes, we are. Excuse me for one moment, please. Okay. Oh, wait, hang on. Oh. Hang on. Okay. Alright, hopefully those are gonna fall over, but you know. Yeah, okay. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. It's been a minute since I've been in front of a camera. So, as you likely know, well, there's a few things I want to talk about today. One, I've moved to Salt Lake City. I am now here, freshly unemployed. I'm looking for a job, and yeah, fun times ahead. And it's a great situation, you know. The thermostat's kind of out, and there's a construction crew going on over here. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of kids upstairs that are practicing the river stomp, and you know, I gotta say, one of them is the next Lord of the Dance. I promise. That kid's going places. Right now, it's just between the living room and the front door of their apartment, but they're going somewhere. Ow, I just smashed my foot on something. Can you please focus? Thank you. Hello. Hi. the the second thing that has kind of happened is PlayStation being total butt cracks. And yeah, they're discontinuing physical media 2028, right? And yeah, so I thought about doing a video where I just sort of scream into this microphone, but that's not very constructive. So I thought I'd go over some of the physical games that I have and sort of share that with you. And we'll have a good time. Oh yes. I'm kind of just unpacking, by the way. This is really, this is just sort of a happenstance. But oh my goodness. This is how you know how much of a Dragon Age fan I am. Dragon Age Origins. I have the original. Da, 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 da. Well, I mean, the original Ultimate Edition. I think the original Dragon Age PS3 edition got destroyed somewhere. I don't know anyway, but that's that one. But at the same time, I got it for the Xbox too. I played the PS3 version so much that I basically destroyed the disc. And then it's got the book too. Oh my goodness. Oop, the Xbox has the book too. Yay. And yeah, like I cannot begin to tell you how many hours I've put into Dragon Age as a whole, but I imagine most of them, if Inquisition doesn't come close, this one's up there. The real question is whether or not I have Dragon Age 2. Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Now I got these later on. These were not day one buys by any means. But ooh, I got the book. I got that book. I like the book. I love the books. Why did we stop with the books? Like, I remember playing Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. You know those books that would have like a little spell book at the end, like Jedi Fallen Order, and Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order on PS4, Jedi Survivor on PS5. Jedi 3, PS6, maybe. Well, actually not maybe. It's gonna be on the Xbox for me. Because I think that what this has taught me, despite the fact that the majority of the games that I have are all PlayStation, well, one I'm gonna be moving to Xbox because I feel like PlayStation has kind of lost the plot a little. Like nobody in the right, nobody's going out there to just buy a PlayStation to have a PlayStation. It's hardware, and that hardware is being used to support video games. And you'd think that the common sense thing to do is to support video games. And I don't understand how limiting the ownership of video games for gamers by via the hardware maker, like they don't really even own, Sony PlayStation doesn't really own the games themselves, but they're trying to tell us that no, it all has to be digital on their thing, on their library. It doesn't make any sense. I got all of the Watch Dogs. I got all of the Watch Dogs. I really like the first one, even though it was kind of, yeah, it was a little too black and white for me. It was. I mean, I played Mass Effect, which is, well, technically red and blue, but I don't know. It didn't really go as far as I wanted to in terms of morality, even though it had, technically speaking, a morality system. I think the worst thing you could do story-wise was shoot a guy at the end. Mm. Let's see, Persona 3, The Last of Us Remastered. The first remastered of the remasters of The Last of Us. Haha. Detroit Become Human. Oh, that was a really good game. This is probably going to be the last Quantic Dream game ever, from what I'm hearing about it, and it's so crappy. I mean, what game were they making? Spellcasters or something? Some battle royale 3v. I don't even know what it was. And but that's the point. No one cared about it. No one cared, and that's what happens when you make a studio who makes games like this and try to make a different kind of Fortnite, and they're the studio is facing the consequences of the choices that someone else made. And, it's just another one of those crappy stories. Murdered Soul Suspect. You can skip this one, honestly. I don't recommend it. Infamous. Oh, these were great games. Oh my goodness. The first one better than the second one, in my opinion, but only because I have the nostalgia. But and this came with all the DLC too. Well, yeah, it's the collection. Wasn't a big fan of Second Son, but I think after that they kind of stopped with Infamous. I mean, they went with Ghost of Tsushima, which is a very good game, but I'd kill for another Infamous. Oh yeah, and Persona 3. This is a new one for me. I just recently played it not too long ago. I haven't finished it though. I have not finished it. Do 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 do. The Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. This is probably not only This is not only the fourth title in the Elder Scrolls series, it is probably also the fourth game that I ever got my hands on. And it was all because of my parents, which is another thing that I want to talk about when it comes to physical editions. Because what are we gonna do when it comes to like Christmas time and gifts or whatever? The entire reason why I have Oblivion here, and well, this isn't my original copy because I bought it back, but this is also Fallout 3. The entire reason why I played Oblivion, the entire reason why I played Fallout, the entire reason why I'm a fan of those games is because my parents gifted me these games for Christmas. And much to their dismay, by the way, because they woke up the next morning to like gunfire of me like shooting super mutants in the living room. But yeah, what are people gonna do for Christmas now? Like, are they just gonna like open up a gift card, read out the redemption code on the receipt, Like, come on. This is a fun one. This is not real. All right, I got this from Etsy, but it's just an empty box, but I got it because it was cool. And I just wanted it on the shelf, to be honest with you. I just wanted that title to be on the shelf. And if I can get the card out, it's called Cakes Custom Cases on myshopify.com. Given my love of RPGs, you probably don't need to guess about how much I love Baldur's Gate 3. Oh my goodness. This is Outriders. Not a fan. It was okay. It was okay. But, here we go. This is the original. This is the original. Was it the original? No, it was not the original. No. I got this. Oh, it's got the book. It's got that book. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Look at that shit. Oh my goodness. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. I got this. I remember. I got this because the original game went to shit. So yeah, I got three different copies of this game. One day the value will pay off. I promise. I'd at least get in here. Divinity Original Sin, The Witcher 3, the God of War Origins Collection, along with God of War Ascension. Assassin's Creed Shadows, wasn't too pleased with that one. Indiana Jones, haven't finished it, but I want to. Midnight Suns, Marvel Midnight Suns, really good RPG. Turn-based combat can be kind of cumbersome, but overall, I really liked the player fantasy of creating your own superhero and kind of joining forces with other superhero people. And it's the Midnight Suns. I love Doctor Strange and the Midnight Suns and all that fun stuff, and it's basically magical Avengers, and that's my cup of tea 110% of the time. Do I not have to go to wars? Forspoken, I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. Spider-Man 2. Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Spider-Man the first game, I got them all. Look at there. LA Noire. Mafia, I actually haven't played this. I bought it and then I just put it on a shelf. Dragon's Dogma 2, another game I have not finished, and I'm not entirely sure why. It's supposed to be up my alley, but it just never quite took off. Another game I haven't finished, and I'm really sorry, James, I have not finished Rebirth. I'm really, really sorry. Deathloop, another game that I did not finish. I think I've discovered the backlog today. No, these are the backlog games. Oh no. We're gonna put these over here so I can forget about them later. I'll play Rebirth eventually, James, I promise. But, I'm really busy. I got school and I've got games to write myself. So, oh man, I'm still surprised I got for. Gee, I wonder if the value of this game will hit the collector's market at all. Oh no. Yeah, I have really hit the jackpot when it comes to the backlog. Far Cry 6, it's still in its wrapper. Like, what am I even doing? Star Wars Outlaws, I started it, didn't finish it. Zero Dawn, haven't played it. Oh no, wait, I have played Zero Dawn, it was alright. I haven't played the second one. Control, I've played it, pretty good. Now, when it comes to me being in Salt Lake City, like, you lot know that I spent the better part of the last few years kind of saving up and kind of planning this. So now that I'm here, what's next? Well, what's next is, what's immediately next is me finding a job. And it's probably going to be a grocery store unless someone over at Avalanche wants to give me a shot. I'm a really good writer, okay? Like, please save me from the unemployment line. No, I'll probably work at like Trader Joe's or something, but Yeah, I can apply for the University of Utah August 1st. I really don't see any particular reason why they would not admit me into the university, but uh, I don't know. I don't even want to think about that. But I should hear something next year. I don't know when they get back. I don't know how soon they get back with applications, but I should hear something by the time April of May of next year. But yeah, the next thing is just sort of finding a job, sending out my application, crossing my fingers, and kind of hoping for the best. And also, this is just one book of many, but a lot of independent study, lots of independent study about Unreal Engine. I would try to study Maya, but the price tag for Maya is like $2,000. No, no, just no. I'm not doing that. Like that's just not reasonable. Like I will learn Maya. I mean, I'll learn. I can learn Blender. I've got Blender downloaded. I'm learning Blender. Anyway, I'm gonna be learning a lot and working a lot and hopefully getting into the university. And yeah, fun times. Whatever. Moving on. God of War. God of War 3. God of War Collection. God of War 2. Really looking forward to Laufey, by the way. It's been a minute since I've had a game kind of get my blood pumping. Then again, nowadays, maybe that's not such a good idea. But it is what it is. I was pretty late in the God of War craze. And by late, I mean I played this one, and then I was like, huh, I wonder if I can find all the old games. And then I did. And right around that time, I'm putting all the games in these, by the way. Just so you know what I'm doing. I'm taking them out of a tote here and I'm putting them over here. And I'm not sure why I'm talking to the screen. I'm gonna turn that off, actually. Because I'm supposed to be talking to you, not my portrait over there. Uh Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I actually really like this one. Mostly because of the Viking aesthetic. Like, I don't know. It's just something about the vibe. Raiding, pillaging, doing the Viking. You know, it's cool. I liked it. It's fun. What I didn't like too much was Origins. It was more of a thing to get through. And I got Odyssey just for the sake of it. Now, I've said that the majority of the games that I have are PlayStation, and you've probably noticed that, right? So when PlayStation goes fully digital and there's a PlayStation 6, I can only assume that the PlayStation 6 is not going to have a CD port. So my question is, what happens to this, right? This is hundreds of dollars of physical material that I don't have digitally. So, for example, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I don't have that digitally. Why is it so hard to say that word? I don't have that online on my PlayStation. I don't have it in my online library. So am I going to have to buy that game again a second time for the PlayStation 6 if I want to play it? Oh, there's a lot of questions going on here. Ghost of Tsushima. I really love this game. From my PS2 days, Prince of Persia. Although that's PS3. Prince of Persia, The Forgotten Warrior, or The Forgotten Sands. This one was okay. But yeah, I played the trilogy, and yeah, I wonder what happened to that. I feel like it was going somewhere, but then it kind of didn't. The first Outer Worlds. I really liked this game for what it was at the time. There's a sticky note on here. I just jacked at the book. No, there we go. All right, it's all good. It's all good. I'm throwing this away. I like the Outer Worlds. I mean, I know it wasn't, the next Fallout that people were hoping for, but it was never going to be. Kind of just blows me. Like the only thing that would make people think it was going to be like the next Fallout was Obsidian's name on it, and I know that they used you know, the fact that they made Fallout New Vegas as part of the marketing, but if it was going to be the next Fallout, it would have said Fallout something something something. Dragon Age Inquisition, you know, this, when it comes to Dragon Ages, this Inquisition is probably the best Dragon Age in, you know, game-wise in the franchise. But my favorite Dragon Age is, and probably always will be, the game that I bought 3 different copies of, which is Origins. Dragon Age 2, kinda my least favorite, but you know, it's a good time. And probably, you know, as far as RPGs go, it's okay. As far as Dragon Ages go, it's pretty terrible. And at the bottom of the list, we have Dragon Age the Veilguard, which, by the way, I have a little confession to make. Okay, try not to judge me too harshly for what I'm about to tell you. I not only bought Dragon Age the Veilguard, I bought the Veilguard edition, which came with a really nice matte thing, and oh, it's taped shut. Shit. There we go. Which comes with Delirium Dagger, which does not glow anymore. See? Doesn't glow anymore. That's a bummer. But it was really cool when it did glow. And it is kind of cool now. I just wish that, you know, this would be so much more impressive if the game did not suck. And oh, the game did suck. So yeah. While we're talking about collector's editions about games that kind of sucked, oh man, I, you know, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice with 786, shame on me. Fool me 3 times. Oh no. Yeah, that's the case that held like the watch thing, and it was cool until I played the game. And I was gonna do some more content with Starfield, but I forgot about it, and that should probably tell you how I feel about Starfield after its big update. So, yeah, you're probably not gonna get that video. Anyway, I got this game mostly out of preservation for BioWare. This is Jade Empire. One of I think this is actually the first action RPG that BioWare developed. And it's okay. It's good. You know, for a first time around, it's alright. Does it have the book? It does have the book. It has the book and the CD. Yay. And that's a big book. Jesus. Let's see. Fable Anniversary. Divinity Original Sin 2. Dragon's Dogma Darker Reason, the first Dragon's Dogma. Middle Earth Shadow of War. Really good games. Really good games. Really looking forward to the new Fable, by the way. I mean, everyone's got a thing about it, you know, not having the actual reaction system that made the original games pretty spectacular. And the body morphing, you know, I really did not expect people to really care that much about the body morphing, but I guess that kind of shows how in touch I am with that community. Cyberpunk 2077, good stuff. Mass Effect Legendary Edition, love these games. Love these games. I play them basically all the time. So the first game I started playing was Harry Potter on PC, because I was just a big Harry Potter fan, and we had a PC with like the really big like beige ones, and so we played that. And then, you know, I guess I earned a little bit of a reputation as a gamer or whatever. Or well, my parents thought that they knew that I liked playing games, so they thought, nah, let's try some other games. So I ended up getting Spyro. The first 3 Spyro games I had: Spyro the Dragon, Spyro, what was it, Ripto's Rage, and Year of the Dragon. And I really kicking myself. So at some point in the last decade and a half, I turned in all of my PS1 games, the original Spyros included, and I hate myself for doing it. But yeah, there was a time when I had PS1 games. I still had the PS1 itself. Here it is. Oh man, a little dusty, but it is what it is. But yeah, I played all the PS1 Harry Potter games on this thing. I played all the PS1 Spyros on this thing. But you know, we got the Reignited trilogy. It doesn't really fill in that hole, but it fills in most of it. So there's that. I'm running out of space. And when it comes to Spyro, there was also the PlayStation 2 games where they kind of made a trilogy out of it. Those games I do have. Spyro: A New Beginning. I played a lot of that. The Eternal Night. I played a lot of this. And last but not least, Dawn of the Dragon. Dawn of the Dragon, of course, being on the PlayStation 3. And I used to have all the Harry Potter. I used to have all the Harry Potter games except for like, you know, the GameCube, Game Boy versions. You know, if it was on a PlayStation or the PC, I had a copy of it. But unfortunately, I also gave away all those Harry Potter games. Unfortunately, Fallout New Vegas. Blah, 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 blah. One sec. Water break. Fallout New Vegas, the best Fallout, period. And the reason why so many people are horny for Obsidian doing another Fallout game. And you know, I'm not saying that they're going to do a bad job of it. I'm just saying that, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm sure they're going to do the best they can with it. And I wish them the best of luck, but there's, you know, they were already doing work on a bunch of different projects. Avowed, the sequel to Avowed also. And they got to turn all of that momentum around and have it go in a completely different direction, kind of start from scratch. And not only do they have to deal with that, but they also have to deal with the collective anger. Like these are developers that are turning away from projects that they chose to do. And I don't know. I don't know how that's going to turn out. You know, maybe it's not a big deal. Maybe they're just there for a paycheck. But I don't know. I'd be 10 shades of pissed if it were me. You know, I saw an art director lose his job over that, and just to have all of your work get scrapped and thrown into the garbage can because another studio, the other studio being Bethesda, can't get its shit together. Like, I'd be pissed. I'd be pissed. Fallout 4, it's alright. Tried to do the whole voice dialogue thing with that one, didn't they? It was very sarcastic. And something you lot know quite well, or at least I very much hope so. Ta-da! Hogwarts Legacy. Oh my goodness. In many ways, it feels like this came out yesterday. And this whole thing with, you know, all of this just started yesterday, but it didn't, and now we're here. And I meant to make this sound a bit more profound, and I'm kind of jacking it up. But you get what I'm saying. And the crazy thing is that Avalanche is like, hang on, Avalanche is go down that way, down that way. Avalanche is right over there. And I go to Planet Fitness over there, and it's crazy that the Planet Fitness is up under Avalanche software. And it's crazy that, you know, I'm on the treadmill, and somewhere a few floors up above me, the sequel to Hogwarts Legacy 2 is being made. And I just gotta, like, shove that down and focus on how many minutes I've got on the treadmill left. It's crazy. Skyrim. I put most of my hours in Skyrim on the PC, but I did end up getting this for the PlayStation. And my towers are stacked full. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to figure out what to do with the extras. I did find a GameStop here. Oh, there's something sticky on this one. There's I did find a GameStop. It's down in a place called Sugar House. I was gonna get the new Assassin's Creed thing for physical for Xbox, but they did not have a copy. So I'll probably have to check back with them later. Won't be for PlayStation, you bastards. Shadow of Mordor, really good game. Towers are full. Kingdoms of Amalur. The Re-Reckoning. A good game, good fantasy game. Kinda single-toned. You know, I tried being a bad person, but I didn't really feel like a bad person. I just felt like a confused asshole half the time. And, kind of like Hogwarts Legacy, to be honest with you. You know, the morality of Hogwarts Legacy could be a little better. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Shadow of the Colossus, total classic. I wish I had the PS2 copy. I really do. I think that was in the first 10 games I had. Kenna Bridge of Spirits, really fantastic game. Also a kinda important, by the way, for myself personally, and in one of the projects that I'm working on. You might want to pay attention to this. Anyway, oh, and Spyro also. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out. Kingdom Hearts. Basically the entire collection here on one disc. I used to have all of them. I basically traded them in for this. So, because I got tired of carrying them around, and I kind of hate myself for saying that, but it is what it is. And this is Kingdom Hearts 3. A very good series, if a little confusing at times. On the next up of the childhood games, I got the Sly Cooper collection. It's getting harder to talk, people. I'm not sure how much longer I have in me. The Sly collection, you know, my dad and I would play Sly Cooper, the first game, kind of back and forth over and over and over again. Astrobot, pretty great game. I've got all of the Dishonoreds. Death of the Outsider, Dishonored 2, the original, and what is that? Why is that blacked out? That's weird. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed these games. And then they kind of stopped. Then they decided to do Redfall, and we all know how that went. I'm really sorry to hear that Spiders closed down. They made Greedfall. I liked the premise of Greedfall. Wasn't really a fan of Greedfall 2. And oh, look, Assassin's Creed Black Flag. But I played this so much, dude. So much. And the Ezio collection, good times. This is the first Assassin's Creed game. It does not have the book. Oh man. Oh, if only. Also got Assassin's Creed Syndicate. That one was okay. Red Dead Redemption 2. I heard rumors that there was going to be a remake of this one. What happened to that? Or like a remaster or something? I do not know. The Uncharted collection, I love the Uncharted games. I loved the Uncharted games. And I got the collection there. That's just the first 3 games. I got Thieves in the metal case. Oh my goodness. I had gotten the collector's edition of A Thieves End. I don't know where the statue thing went. And of course, I got Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy 15. This is the game that got me into Final Fantasy games. And, or at least the ones after it anyway, but yeah. I kind of digged it. Mostly because of the food. Like, I saw Ignis kind of cooking up things in the camp, and I was like, maybe I should check that out. And it's a great game. It made me cry. A lot. Like, ugh. and Final Fantasy VII Remake, Bioshock Collection, all 3 of them. And now, for the only Call of Duty I have and have ever played, Call of Duty World War II. I have played Medal of Honor games back in the PS2 era. My dad and I would go back and forth playing those over and over again. You know, whenever I'd die, he'd play, and then whenever he died, I'd jump in there and play too. I did not play Final Fantasy XIV on PlayStation that much. I wanted to, but eventually I just sort of went back to the PC, and I don't know, when it comes to an MMO, PC is just superior, in my opinion. And last but definitely not least, we have Final Fantasy 16. Makes me wonder what 17's gonna be about. Okay. But yeah, that's kind of it. Honestly, I kind of wish I really wish I kept those PS2 games and those PS1 games. If I knew where we were headed all those years ago, I would have kept everything. I would have kept everything. Like, oh my goodness. But yeah, that's kind of how it is. My room is still very much a mess. Like I got all of this side pretty much good to go. But everything behind me is not going to be viewed by anyone anytime soon. I have boxes and bags everywhere. It is not a good thing to look at. But yeah, I'm gonna need some new lighting, so that way I can, that way you can actually see my face. And yeah, I'm now in Salt Lake City. I am doing the best I can, and I hope all of you are doing the best you can also. And yeah, if any of you decide to swing by Salt Lake City, let me know. We can grab some pizza. There's also a really good ramen joint that I found. They're like really good. But yeah, until next time, be safe, be well, be kind. Bye-bye.